sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Intelligent, keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best Grand E, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Mr.ECrimecast. So this is our weekly true crime update. I am joined today by Mrs. E and our guest, Aunt E. We're going a little bit later than normal, noon. So we're your lunchtime true crime here if you're having on your lunch break. Auntie, how's your week been going?
Oh, good. Busy. We're getting ready. We're doing Thanksgiving actually this Sunday. So my kids are going to be here on Sunday. So I've been getting ready for that. And I have a friend that, like I said, was moving down in the area, and I was helping her this week. So I've just had a really busy, fun week.
Are they all settled in?
As much as they can be. They're only here for about 5 days after closing, so they've got a lot done. But I'm going to go over and let some people in to do some deliveries, things like that. So, but they would love to have spent more time. They just couldn't swing at this trip. Okay.
All right. Well, we have a lot to get to today, actually. There's a lot of kind of big nationwide kind of cases with a lot of developments. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But I want to thank Closer to You, Donna. She's been a member for 4 months, so we really appreciate the support that way.
My lighting is just jacked.
It actually is 5 months.
I messed up all her lighting because I was painting this week, and so I used our lighting to see where I was having streaks.
It does help though when you have lights on the wall. You can really see better.
So it was nice to have all this lighting for the painting because you can't see what's whatever. So I've messed her all up. Her whole system's just we'll have to get that fixed later. So we've got a lot of cases we're going to get into today. Many of these you're going to be familiar with, and many of these have had developments. So we're going to be talking from Summer Wells to Holly Bobo, Anna Kepner, Melodee Buzzard, our missing person, and then a tough call on our poor judgment segment for the end of the show.
I liked mine.
This one you picked was good. We could have gone with either of those, though, so we can put that one.
We'll save that one. That one made me laugh.
It did make you laugh.
It made me laugh, and things don't make me laugh like that.
So I just want to thank everybody for coming in here, and I want to say thank you also to everyone that has already donated to our Christmas fundraiser we are doing.
Oh, I'll get it ready.
Mrs. E will pull that up. If you didn't see that on our community page, several of you have already donated to it, and we haven't even mentioned it yet on the live stream. So you guys are awesome. We're already most of the way to the goal, I think. Do you have the current update on it?
Okay, so right now, let's see. Sorry, I'm just not ready for today. Okay, so we are raising money for Youth Villages Holiday Heroes, and what they do is they basically take wish lists from kids in group homes, foster kids, and I believe some other groups as well, and they let them make a wish list and send shoppers out to, well, you have a choice. You could either set up a fundraiser where you just raise money, or you can select, wish lists to fulfill. Just because I didn't want, people, I didn't want to have to collect the money and, do all that. We just are doing a fundraising page, and it's Mr.ECrimecast Crime Dogs. And so far, we have had 240 raised out of our 500 goal. So what's happening is once anybody donates, what we do is we go in and match that donation. So
Right. So we're matching every dollar until we hit the $500 goal.
exactly.
Yeah. So, so if you'd like to do that, I think this is and we looked into this charity too. They had a really good administrative percentage. It was in the teens, like 13 or 17 or
That's
something.
really good.
13 or 14% is what they spend on administrative. Everything else goes to the charity or goes to the helping the kids.
Yeah, and that's a really good ratio because sometimes you get these charities and they're like way over 50%.
Well, and he wouldn't let me put our name on anything that was.
No, that's like my pet peeve when you have these charities and they literally send 10% to charity and the rest is divvied out to administrative fees and all this other stuff. And we didn't want one that was like that. We wanted one that gave the most percentage to the people in need.
Yeah, you get in the teens on those administrative costs and you're doing pretty well. So anyway, and it's always hard to know who to donate to at the holidays, and foster kids I think has a special place for all of us. And,
how many kids will this serve?
They say that the wish list usually range about 150 to 200 per child. So this
at least two,
maybe more. I was, maybe we'll exceed the goal. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to match every dollar for dollar up until 500. So if you donate 10, we'll donate 10.
Well, I think 500 is a pretty good goal to go with because I think if you did like $100,000, you make something so unachievable that people are discouraged from even trying.
Right.
So $500, I think, is an achievable goal there. So.
And you can actually, what's neat about it too, is when you go in to donate, you don't have to give anything other than an email address. You can give your name if you want. However, I recommend just putting your username from YouTube in. It doesn't require you to prove who you are. Yeah. So Bliss Blessing actually donated $100. Shout out to Bliss. And Rusty Pipes donated as well already. Let's see.
Can you scroll up or we can see it? Yeah.
Yeah. So Roxanne Williams did $10. The Rusty Pipes did 10 and Bliss Blessings has done 10. So
thank you so much for that.
No, she did 100.
Oh, yes. Bliss did 100. I'm so sorry. And so I did 110 for the first and then the 10 for Roxanne. So
That's
we've
awesome.
matched it dollar for dollar so far. So when those come in, we'll keep matching them and keep growing. So I think it's a good charity.
And
I'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to donate to.
And it's on our community page if you can't find it later. So there'll be another place to find that.
If you want to participate, it is not a requirement. It's just something we're trying to do to give back.
All right. Yeah, everybody wants to do stuff for the holidays, and the foster kids need that.
I thought that was nice because you see a lot of there's a lot of needy children everywhere. But what I thought was neat about this is that they focused on the foster kids and the kids in the group homes. So
I agree.
And I saw them on the news and the lady won me over. So,
hey, Real Me Too.
Hi, Real Me Too. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate our mods for being here, and always good to see Real Me Too in. I don't think I said hello to everybody, but Miss Kelsey,
say hello.
Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Gypsy Nilsson, Sharon Marlowe, Suzanne Crochet, Angel Wings. Appreciate everybody hopping in, and of course all the orange hearts also.
Real quick too, Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches sent us a special gift. I'm not going to embarrass her and say what that is, but I just want to tell her once again how much we really appreciate it.
Yes, we do all appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Melodee had a big smile at that one.
Yes, he did.
He's very excited.
So
thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that.
I want Gypsy, did you say hi to Gypsy,
I believe
Rusty
I did,
Pipes,
yes.
Grandma Chachi?
I stand with Act Right is actually not a drama nana.
Oh, it's so strange when they do this. I don't know why they keep making it go back and forth where they change it.
Which one's Nana Drama?
I stand with Act Right. It's me, not a drama nana. Or
Okay.
Nana, however you say it.
I wouldn't have known.
Well,
Okay, great.
you have been the talk of our house for about a week now.
Yes,
So
yes.
thank you so much.
Very, very kind.
And hi, Carol Bowser. Thanks for joining us. She said she's in the bushes.
I wish it was the real names. Like the name, the usernames, not the symbols, because I get so confused.
Yes. There's Kelsey.
All right. So Miss Kelsey says, I'm glad mine is so similar.
Yes.
I just thought you were going more proper with your Miss Kelsey now. Getting a little more formal with everybody. Well, every time we do this weekly update, we like to feature a missing person. This is a case I had not heard about at all, but this is really very interesting.
We heard about it from Matt.
Hopefully, Matt Thibodeau, which I'm going to play his coverage of this a little later.
If you haven't subscribed to Matt, his channel is very good.
I really like him too.
He's great. He's probably best known on TikTok, of course, but he's making a move over on
He's
YouTube.
Doing both now, and I don't blame him.
I see him on X a lot.
Yes, he is on X a lot. So he's on it. I mean, he's a workaholic. He's on every case. I don't know how he stays up to date on so many cases. We have to kind of focus on a few and try to keep up with those.
Well,
but
he has a young brain.
Yeah,
our brains are old, and we can only hold so much.
He's got that 20-something-year-old energy, right? So
I don't think he's even that old, is he?
I don't know. I would guess
he's got such a baby face.
He looks like he's in his early 20s. That's what I would guess. I don't know.
I think he is. I think he's mid-20s.
But I'm terrible at that. He's probably like 40. I'm horrible at
He really is bad at that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is Rebecca Park. So if you're not familiar with this lady, this is really, hopefully there will be a good outcome here. And I think there's potential for that. It's just an unusual story. But this woman, she's 22 years old. She's been missing since November 3rd of 2025. And the town that she disappeared from was Boone Township in Michigan. And according to her mom, and she's pregnant also. So that's a big part of the story.
And this picture must be old because the ones I've seen of her more recently, she looks thinner.
I'm going to play some of her and some video clips here in a minute. I just wanted to do the missing poster since it has the information first. But she's 22 years old. She would have been due to give birth 2 days ago. She weighs 140 pounds. And like I said, she's been missing for about 2 weeks now. According to her mother, she got into a dark vehicle at her mother's home on November 3rd and has been missing ever since. Her cell phone was later found on this little dirt road.
This is weird. Yeah.
And
hi, Henry.
Has been missing since. So she said something. Let me see if I can find this quote here. She said, let me think I want to get the quote right. She told her mother, "Hold on, I got somebody to pick me up. This is just something I've got to do. I'm sorry." That was according to a witness. That's what she told the mother. Okay, so she gets in this dark sedan. She also took $2,000 in cash with her. And had received an inheritance that day.
That's weird.
An inheritance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So apparently this is the reporting that's out there. Multiple news outlets are reporting this. So pregnant mom, 38 to 39 weeks, out, gets in a dark sedan. Cell phones later found in the middle of a dirt road. She has $2,000 in cash on her and had made this kind of cryptic, allegedly comment, "Hold on, I got somebody to pick me up. This is just something I've got to do. I'm sorry." And then disappears. And
this is according to her mother, right?
This is according to a witness. This is what a witness says the mother says.
Okay. Gotcha.
So there's been huge search efforts, lots of public searches, lots of community organizing kind of searching going on. There's a $12,000 reward being offered for information. It's not clear if this is a criminal investigation or not. It looks like local authorities are frustrated with social media. Of course, I think they're always just frustrated with social media.
And I heard that her fiance, she had a fiance, and that he was concerned about her whereabouts and saying that she was having contractions prior to
going forward. Details relating to the case.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Auntie.
But that was that she was having contractions prior to disappearing. That's what he had said in a statement.
Okay, I didn't
That's
know
what
that.
he had said. It said in
Oh.
the statement.
I
My
hadn't seen that quote.
That's
Whoops,
what he had
sorry.
said. It said in the statement.
my bad. Okay.
All right, I'm trying to get this back to the beginning here. So this is this will give you also some pictures of Rebecca, or she goes by Becca, I believe is more common for her. So this is just a little news clip about police kind of combating misinformation, because apparently a lot of bad information's gotten out there.
Social media buzz is getting in the way of efforts to find Rebecca Park. Becca went missing from her biological mother's house in Boone Township back on November 3rd. She was 38 weeks pregnant at the time. The sheriff's office says while they don't have any strong leads on where Becca went, the investigation has not shifted into a body recovery, as some online have claimed. And they say another online rumor about recovered bloody clothing is not true. Going forward, details relating to the case will be kept mostly under wraps. The sheriff's office says this is to reduce social media misinformation. If you know where Becca could be, you're asked to call 911. And if you have a direct lead, there is a new dedicated line set up for tips relating to this case, and you can find it on 9and10news.com.
All right. All right.
Oh, you started it again.
Exit out of that. So there's that. And then I want to, so apparently they're spreading all that information about.
Yeah. Met with someone to repay a debt. The meetup went badly. I don't know. It's cool cougar. I don't know. It's very strange.
And we had mentioned a moment ago that we, Matt Thibodeau, who does great work. If you're not familiar with him, he's kind of one of those, he kind of gives you like the 2, 3, 4 minute updates on multiple true crime cases all over the country daily. I mean, he is a workaholic. He stays all over it. So if you're kind of looking for somebody to do that, I would recommend his channel for sure. I've never seen anything but honest reporting, integrity. There's not a lot of opinion. It's pretty straight. You know, he's so if you're kind of just looking for that independent journalist doing the daily true crime news, this is a great follow. And
Angel Wing says no proof the mother gave her the inheritance.
Well, and if you go to that Facebook group that they've started, you know how the Facebook groups are, they're kind of crazy. But someone said they tried to friend her on Facebook, and that they declined the request. So they think she still has access to possible accounts, or someone else does, because she obviously doesn't have her phone.
Oh, they tried to friend her,
and they tried to friend her, and she declined the friendship. So it said it when they tried to friend her that she declined. So, and that was just in the last few hours that somebody had posted on that. And I just thought that was interesting. That hopefully is good news. And someone said that they thought she had possibly had a child before that was taken away by the state. And they think possibly that she has gone to have this baby somewhere else, so they couldn't take it away. I heard that too.
I would also take anything you hear on Facebook with a grain of salt, because that person could be lying.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. But there's a lot out there on this case. It's really kind of crazy. And the facts, there's not a lot of facts other than just what the media has put out. So you know how that goes. Sometimes you can get some really good information
from those groups. Yeah.
From those groups, you know, some really good information. You'll have locals that'll say, oh, well, you know, and there's always fake reports of seeing and that kind of stuff. But I know with the one we're going to talk about, Anna Kepner, later, you had found some stuff several days ago on one of the groups, and it ended up looking like that's going to be what's happened.
Right.
So,
hey, War Eagle,
I think you got to take it with a grain of salt, but they do give you some information sometimes.
Yeah, I always look at the comments, because it always gives you kind of a feel for how the locals are feeling about a story, even if it's not all accurate. I'm a big fan of the comment sections and in the community town pages and stuff like that, like the hip whatever city you're investigating is another place to go find a lot of information too. But this one is one I just had not known a lot about, but this looks wild, and it looks like that this family probably has a variety of issues going on. And so it looks like obviously it looks like a potential for foul play.
Mhm.
But I also think it's possible she's gone off and deliberately. So I'm hoping it's the latter. It's just strange to do that right before your baby's born. And
Well, are you going to play Matt's video? Because
yeah.
it makes me, I feel it makes me feel a certain way about the mom. So,
Yeah.
hi, Detroit Rock City. Nice to see you.
So-
Thank you for putting your your username in chat, because these ats, I have no idea who's who.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you all in here. We so this is Matt Thibodeau. He's going to kind of set it up, but the audio is going to be somebody recorded the mom who
Mhm.
was the last one to see her leave in that dark vehicle.
Weird, a little sus in my opinion. Now, the audio I'm about to play is audio from Courtney, Rebecca's mother. She is talking about being accused and having a hand in her daughter's disappearance, and she is very upset. If you guys heard this audio, I want you to listen again and let me know in the comments why you're listening, if anything stands out to you.
One.
And also, if you can pick up on who you think is who is recording her, what is it? What is the context of this conversation? I couldn't quite figure that out. Is this a family member? Is this a YouTuber? I just couldn't figure out who secretly recorded her.
I have no idea.
They have searched my property. 2, I didn't touch my daughter. And 3, we already know the info that you're telling us, Araya.
And we got
Araya. Is that a name? Do we know that name? Okay.
I don't. I mean, I just told you about this today,
I know.
and so I haven't had
They've
time.
been a little
Oh, I
on
know.
the rough side.
Middle East had a headache for the last 24
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't anymore, thank goodness. But
Thank God.
I've been kind of in distraught mother mode.
Well, I never know what the three of us know before coming in because we all kind of do our own independent,
That's
like
true.
deep
No.
dives or whatever, or we go down our different rabbit holes. So you knew more about this than I did. So I thought you
Mhm.
might have heard that name.
cameras watching the road, you dumb.
So you better watch it. Rusty, you better get your child under control because she's taking a mother's pain and turn it into
Rusty. That's the fiance. She says, you better get your child under control. So this must be the mom,
Gotcha.
Rusty's mother recording, right?
a goddamn circus. You don't have kids that actually you take care of. I do, unfortunately, that you don't have yours because you can't be a mom to yours. You're getting an ass whooping, you keep it up. I'm not playing with you anymore. I already know the goddamn information. My daughter probably left rich. Y'all can't accept it. Get over it. If that is what she did, then I'm happy for her. I just want to know where she's at and that she's okay. That's all that counts anymore. And you know what? You ever say, I laid a hand on my pregnant daughter, Araya, so help me God, you will not like me. Don't play with me.
So I don't know if you guys caught this, but she actually talks about the fact that she has kids that she has to take care of, but she ends it with, unfortunately, almost as if having
Yeah.
kids, in her opinion, is a burden.
Yeah. Deception detective would have fun with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll just tell you, on my first glance of it, although she's hostile and everything, I wasn't getting the sense that she's involved in any way. Did you think that?
I really don't think she is involved. I think she just disappeared, and the mom's saying, "Well, maybe she left her boyfriend and she wanted to get away from him." I don't think the mom's involved.
Yeah.
Well, but she left Rich. That was weird.
So is Rich the fiance's name?
That's
Oh,
his name.
I thought she meant with money.
No, she left. I think his name's Rick or Rich.
Richard.
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 And
Okay,
some
well,
people
I
call
thought
him
she was
Ricky.
saying she
Yeah.
left with money, like she left.
No, she left him.
Well,
Okay.
Earlier, I thought they said a name like Rusty or something.
They did, or
And
they said
so
something.
I was thinking, oh, okay, the fiance's Rusty, but this article here says it's Rich, who is the father of the unborn baby. And there other outlets are just talking about how there is long-standing turmoil within these families. Some people suspect foul play, so it's all over the.
Yeah, and like I
Wait.
said, if you go to that Facebook group, it's crazy the stuff that's on there. It's crazy. So just be prepared for,
Just
taking it with a grain of salt type of thing. But there's a lot of info on there, and there's people that are going live saying that they've seen her and all this other stuff. So
Oh,
it's
really?
interesting. Yeah, but it's nothing's verified.
Right.
Of course.
And then people are posting random pictures of people, and they were like, "Could this be her?" And somebody in a grocery store, and it obviously was not her. The person wasn't even pregnant, and didn't. Only thing that was similar is she had the same hair color, and that was it. She didn't even have the same tattoos.
You're going to get that in a way. That's a good thing. At least people are looking.
Right.
Well, yeah, people are putting it out there, but it's called the Missing Rebecca Park Discussion is what the group.
Oh, I haven't joined it. I'll join
So
it.
if you, okay, I'm going to assume there's two likely possibilities, right? There's either some kind of foul play that happened out on that dirt road, or she has run away for whatever purpose she's got. Wanted to get away from the family, the boyfriend, start a new life, was worried about her kid, whatever her reason is. She's either okay or she's not. The cell phone being in the middle of the grass or in the middle of that little dirt road, even if you're leaving and you're just
If you got the money though to get a burner phone, you save your numbers, then throw the other one away. I mean,
do you throw away a phone?
Well,
why not just leave it at your mom's house or something if your plan is to go?
You just don't know. If maybe she had to go buy a phone to change everything over and put the numbers in she wanted to keep before she threw it away.
Just,
I don't know. It's a really weird situation.
I mean, if she's doing it for staging, then maybe you do that for staging to make it look like something happened to you so that you can, because people do things like this.
Yeah.
I mean, these stories happen. People do disappear to start a new life sometimes and don't want to be found. And so they make things look suspicious. So maybe it's like that. I don't know.
Like Gone Girl?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Gone Girl. Or the story about that woman that was just found in Florida 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think it was Kentucky, disappeared decades ago. They found her. She was living on the streets in Florida. I think it was Kentucky she had disappeared from.
Did she have mental illness though?
I don't know about any of that part. I don't know. But those things happen.
Yeah. Texas Plain Jane says, well, I've thrown away my old cell phones.
Wow.
But probably not in the middle of a dirt road.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I guess it's possible.
Give a hoot, don't pollute. No, don't throw it in a dirt road. Now, I actually think
found a phone.
Oh, well, that's different.
Okay, yeah, that is different.
I'm telling you, I got some bad vibes about that mom.
So, okay, well, the mother found the phone is very different.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Angel Wings. Angel Wings is I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, so that's, yeah.
I don't know.
Jane, I'm just kidding. She said no in the trash dumpster. I'm just totally kidding. I don't believe you threw it out on the street.
Well, anyway, so that's a lady to be on the lookout for. She hopefully is okay. Hopefully we'll have an update where we're saying, okay, she's all right.
Hopefully we won't have to talk about her again because she's been found.
Right.
That's what the hope always is, right?
That happens sometimes. That happens a lot of times. We were going to do the missing person we were planning on doing in Nashville was a 37-year-old woman that had disappeared out on White Bridge Road from a Target. And we were all prepared to do that today. And then she was found. Fortunately, it was great.
Right. And I was worried about her too, because
that was a kind of a little bit of odd situation too. I thought the way she, being found in a hotel, I just thought that was weird.
Yeah. She got in an Uber, disappeared. No one saw her at the apartment complex, and her phone pinged at somebody's residence. They went to the residence. She didn't know who she was. So it looked like a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
And then she's in a motel or a hotel somewhere. So,
and April says the mother found the phone. How? I would need more context. I know what you're saying. We just we're kind of getting this information on the fly because it hasn't been. We haven't looked into it very deeply.
I spent about 15 minutes just looking at this today because we try to do a missing person and we try to find one where.
And I recommended this one.
Yeah, we try to do one where we think that the public might be of help.
Right.
And that especially if it looks like it might be urgent or there's hope. and somebody might be in danger and potential. That's the kind we try to do. So anyway, if you see that woman, I'll put her up here one more time.
Also, did she have a tracking app on the phone, like Find Your Family? I mean, don't all phones have some type of tracking on them?
Well, I know, but it's like Find My iPhone and everybody being on, sharing their location, or also like, Life 360, something like that. So all you have to do is delete the app and it won't track you anymore. So that I
Right.
wouldn't think you'd throw a phone away because of that.
All
And
right.
and lockdown, since she hadn't heard of this case, probably just because it's really new. It's early November, that she went missing. So she's only been missing a couple weeks at the most.
All right. So the next thing I think we're going to get into is this Anna Kepner, or Anna. I don't know how they pronounce.
So sad.
I know, it was horrible.
Yeah, it really is. So
I knew there was something wonky with it when we first mentioned it. I was like,
yeah, it was such a weird. We did talk about it, I think, last week. So I'm going to pull up their picture here. Okay, that's showing, I think. So you may be familiar with this. This has pretty much been a national story. But this young lady, when we talked about it, we just found out she had been deceased on a Carnival cruise at 18 years old. It looked like there was some kind of suspected foul play because the FBI was involved, and they get involved on those international waters cases. Like,
well, and the way she was found, that was very suspicious.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it, we didn't know that detail yet, but it turns out her body was found by a maid sometime around 11 a.m. that morning, and she was wrapped in blankets and covered with life jackets in her room that she apparently was sharing with her biological brother and her stepbrother on a family cruise vacation. The story seems to be that she left dinner not feeling well, went back to her room, and then was found at 11 the next day. So, I talked with someone that's not into true crime at all about this at one point, and I just said, so when you see this detail, the blankets, the life jackets, when you hear that, what does that make you think? And they said, well, it makes me sound like a kid tried to cover up a crime. That's what it sounds like. Because it is a very childlike type of cover up, right? Like just cover the person up, put them under the bed.
Hi, sweet Melissa. Sorry.
It's almost like I'm ashamed of what I did. There's something very childish about that
mindset,
where an adult would probably find a way to get that person
overboard,
frankly. That would have been probably the smarter thing to do. Fortunately, they didn't do that. And so then later it comes out that the mother had a custody hearing coming up. So in the documents for that upcoming hearing, she says, we want to delay this because one of my children is maybe a suspect in an ongoing criminal investigation. So that leads everyone to the belief that likely her stepbrother is being considered a suspect, at least according to the mom. Just a really it's a nightmare in so many ways.
Did you? I don't know if you caught Fox News this morning had.
No, we didn't.
Her ex-boyfriend spoke. They interviewed him, and he said
Fox.
On Fox,
I saw the interview he did at the vigil or at the memorial service.
He wasn't interviewed directly. It was someone asking him a question. It was this where he talks about that he had been on the phone with her. This may be what they
would. Is this the one?
Yes,
it's the one.
So this is actually from Matt Thibodeau's channel again, also. So thank you, Matt, for being gracious here. So
I need to just put his link in Nightbot so it'll just.
And we might want to write this name down. I stand with Act Right. She says there is an interesting and sad case out of Eastern Kentucky missing Winter Wagner.
Oh, okay. Well, we know Eastern Kentucky a little bit, so let's see. Winter, how do you spell it?
Wynter,
Okay.
Winter, and then Wagner with one G. Wagon ER.
Okay.
One we can look into.
So this is the
13-year-old vanished without a trace.
Okay, well, we can pull it up after this if
Okay.
you want to. So I just wanted to show the ex-boyfriend here. He's 15 years old, dated her in high school. Sounds like they broke up not that long ago, like 6 months ago. Was even supposed to go on the cruise, according to this interview. And I'm just going to play. We can play all of it if you want, but I'm going to play a little bit here.
Name is Josh too. Spell your last name.
TEW.
All right. And how old are you?
15.
15. And how did you meet Anna?
Through a past relationship last year.
And how did you actually meet with her? In school?
At school.
At school. What type of person was she?
She was a great woman, you know. I met her at school.
And the circumstances behind her death, you find them to be suspicious? And if so, tell me why.
It was suspicious because I knew that the brother did it, and yeah.
How do you know that?
Because of the past things that happened with him, like I was saying.
Which were right?
About the FaceTime and stuff.
What's the FaceTime?
Whenever I was on FaceTime with her, and when I was on FaceTime with her, and she was laying down, and the brother tried to go on top of her, and yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And then how did she react to that?
I was like, "What the hell are you doing in the room?" You know. Then he got scared and like ran away, and I heard his footsteps like running through the house, you know, because he got caught.
So when you learned of her passing, you know, what was your reaction?
I ran away. He ran away. It was kind of crazy.
And when you learned that she passed away, how did you feel?
I felt very sad, you know, because that was my first love. She was the best that ever happened to me. And I'd even walk to her work to see her, you know, for like 5-10 minutes.
Did you talk with her before her death?
Like 3 weeks before it, yes, ma'am. I was actually supposed to go on the cruise that she went on, but we broke up before that.
So I don't know if we want to play all that or not, but so if you couldn't hear or catch that situation, so you've got this blended family. You know, the dad is the biological father of Anna.
Apparently, this story's a little crazy too.
The stepbrother is the biological son, I think, of the mom, Chantel.
Mm-hmm.
And
family values. All I got to say, family values.
Well, and
it sounds like there were warning signs that the boy and the girl were, you know, that he had some interest in her. You know, she had expressed to the parents that he was creeping on her a little bit, right? That seems to be the indication, if you believe what's the reporting out there, and that the parents were kind of trying to say, "Oh, don't worry about no, this is nothing," you know, whatever, and trying to downplay all that. And so, of course, these things happen in life. Lots of families blend, and when you've got opposite sex children together that are not biologically related, things like not like this extreme, but you know, those are things that you have to consider.
Be very cognizant of.
Yes, just because the parents view that all as a family, the children do not necessarily view it
right
way. Right. And so to have her in a room with a non-biological sibling probably shouldn't have happened anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But especially if there were indications that there were problems with him before. And it sounds like this has been expressed.
And I think there was some confusion because there's an older brother who's closer to 18. And they were saying people thought it was him and he was at school. And people were like, no, this is not. They in the chats and in the Facebook groups were naming this guy and he wasn't even on the boat. Apparently it was the younger of the two siblings.
Right.
Lockdown with April C said on the phone before I arrived to pick up Dawgs, a couple said they were on the ship and they were fighting. They said it was a jealous boyfriend. When I showed up to get the dogs, they said it was her stepbrother. So she must have talked with someone. I'm assuming you talked with someone that was actually on the ship. So I thought that was interesting. And they
yeah, she was saying when she went to go pick her dogs up in Truittsville that she talked to somebody that was on the ship. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, April.
Huh.
Oh my goodness. Gypsy, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Well, happy Friday.
Thank you.
And well, yeah, Crochet saying, and yes, thank you so much, Gypsy. Is very, very kind of you. We do appreciate that. Crochet says even biological siblings should never be left unattended. Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, and
that's kind of the
then
question I had too. She leaves dinner at 6, not feeling well. You don't even. Did anybody look for her by 11 o'clock?
I mean,
the
what
next-
what would we do?
I mean,
As
Real
soon
Me-
as dinner
Real
was
Me
over,
Too-
we'd go right to the room and check on our kid.
right, but Real Me Too said the kids all shared a room on their own, like they wanted to be in the same room.
The mom and dad had a room, and then the kids had a room.
Well, it says the kids all shared a room on their own. I didn't know if she meant that they chose to share a room together.
No, that's
Is that
how
what you
most
mean?
people do it. When people have a large family, a lot of people will do like kids in one cabin, adults in another.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, all
kinda-
she would have
Gypsy
to.
sent us a lemon.
Thank you for the lemon.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you.
Mrs. E loves lemons.
I do. That's like my favorite thing.
Yes, no doubt.
When I was pregnant,
Lemons on everything.
I would eat a bag of lemons a week from Sam's, and not those small ones they have now, the massive ones. They used to have bags that were
Yeah.
gigantic, and of course now they're like this big. But back in the day, I used to eat a whole bag of lemons a week when I was pregnant per child. So,
Wow. Yeah, there's more to this story, and for the dad, from what also other things that I heard is that when they were started looking for her, the boy went to his mom and said, "I did it," and then I've heard that too, and that that they immediately got off when they got off the ship.
that's
I think
crazy.
he might have gone into the hospital or something.
Okay,
or,
here's
I
my
saw somebody
question.
writing that in the chat. I hadn't come across that yet.
And this is a question for you because I we've talked about it, but we haven't talked about it in detail. So, and Aunt E might know this as well. So, when they discovered her, did they turn the ship around and take it back to port, or did they remove her from the ship and keep on with the cruise? I was just curious.
I was watching a lady talk about it on Fox News about what they do in a circumstance like this. And they said what they do is they seal off the cabin. No one is allowed in or out. And then once they port, the FBI comes on because it's considered, with it being in international waters, they're automatically the ones that investigate it.
So did they finish the cruise?
Right, that's
or
what I
turn
mean.
around?
Did they turn around?
I don't think they turned around.
That's crazy because I think it happened on day 1 of the cruise.
That's what I was going to say. Like the first night.
Like the first night out. I think it was the next day, right? Could you imagine having something like that happen, and if you're connected in any way to this girl and being like, "What's going on?"
Mm-hmm.
In this room, still nobody can tell you anything. You can't go in the room. Wow,
I'm gonna see if I can find out if they turned it around.
that's incredible. Even if it took a day, that'd be insane. To go back. Of course,
Rosebud made a live.
it
Hey,
would-
Rosebud. Happy Thanksgiving to you
good
too.
to see you, Rosebud. Even
Grandma Chachi says they turned around and ported back in Florida because they wouldn't have been very far.
so, yeah.
By 11 o'clock the next day.
So all those people, they refund all their things. Is that how they do that?
Well, I mean, I think about like how many thousands of people whose
Yeah.
vacation got interrupted.
Yeah, I mean that's a logistical. Of course, I guess things happen with storms and things, and that too. So they're probably used to dealing with those issues.
I was on the phone with you when I was sitting on my deck looking at a hurricane and telling you how cool it was that I could see a hurricane.
Yeah.
And I wasn't being affected by it.
No,
Right.
the Carnival Horizon departed from Miami on November 2nd. She was found
Oh.
deceased while aboard on November 7th.
Oh.
I thought it was the first day out.
Yeah, I
No.
had heard, like I said, I haven't dug down into it. We just kind of have talked about
So
it
it was towards the end of the
briefly.
voyage, and they were coming back. I guess.
The reports say it returned as scheduled.
Okay. So it's toward the end of the trip.
Wow.
Yeah. So this will be, and of course it's in FBI hands. So you're probably not going to get a lot of leaks until they're ready, and it's going to be a lot of DNA evidence. It's going to be a lot of surveillance video on the ship, I'm sure, and key card swipes and that kind of thing. That'll be all the evidence. 'Cause they're not going to likely have any. And then, of course, if they can interrogate this child,
It was scheduled to return on November 8th anyway.
Okay.
So it went ahead and came back in to Miami as it was supposed to. It was a 6-night Western Caribbean cruise, departing on the 2nd and returning on the 8th.
So, I wonder in that case, because those ships typically they'll clean them and within a few hours they've got it going back out again.
Yeah.
I wonder if they held it into port or if they let it go. I'm just curious. I'm fascinated with that stuff. So with like cruise ships and things.
Well, and
I
the
don't know.
lady on Fox did talk about, that every cruise ship has a morgue and they do fully know how
Yes.
to, take care of removing the body.
Yeah.
But usually the cabin is sealed and no one is allowed there.
Rosebud has a question. And because we haven't seen her in so long, I want to make sure we talk to her.
And Sonia Allen says, and is a member for 9 months, and says, love lemons too, peels and all, love and prayers.
Sonia, thank you
peels
for
and
being a
all.
member for 9 months. I don't eat the peels, but I do eat all the insides. And it took the enamel right off my teeth. I ate so many lemons.
So Rosebud says, can I ask if their parents were with them and they had no knowledge of the suspicious behavior of the young man towards his stepsister?
The parents were on the cruise with them, but they weren't in the room with them.
Well,
he actually says in this interview that they knew. I can play that if you want to hear.
Well,
that.
I in these Facebook groups have heard a lot of really crazy stuff about the family in general. So I'm not talking about that because I can't confirm any of it's true. But there's some stuff.
Okay.
There's some stuff.
So this the ex-boyfriend here, I think if you want to play it, it's just another minute, but I think he mentions that the parents became
That's
aware.
okay.
When did you split?
We split up like 6 months ago.
6 months. Okay.
And everyone said she's just a bright light. So many people wearing bright colors today. How would you describe the kind of person she was?
She was a great person. She definitely knew how to throw on her outfit. She was great. She knew how to put on colors. It wasn't like a basic outfit.
And this is your mom?
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
okay with you talking to us?
Yeah, but we need to go.
Okay. I just wanted.
Okay.
What should happen next?
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you think should happen?
I think that he should get thrown in jail for as long as possible. And yeah.
And when did you move into the house?
I have no idea.
Like a year or two?
Maybe like a year ago. I think so. I don't
You'd
know.
like to see justice for
Yeah, I'd
for your
like
first
to
love.
see a lot of justice. Yes,
Has she ever complained about his behavior before?
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
What did she complain about?
She complained about him being uncomfortable, or her being uncomfortable around him, because of the fact that he tried to go on top of her in the bed, and because of that, she tried to go and stay the night at her friend's house, and instead of Dawgs staying the night at her house.
So that happened more than once.
Yes.
Did she ever bring that up with
How
her?
many times did that happen?
It happened one time, around like 3 a.m. that night.
That time when you were on the FaceTime call with her,
Yes, sir.
3 a.m.
Yes.
Did she ever report that to her father?
No, I have not. I've reported it to the FBI.
They took him out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the mom for sweeping him away there. How much of that do you want to expose your kid to? But yeah, I think they asked the question, did the father know? But he didn't actually answer that question.
No, he didn't.
I think his father does an interview later and says that they were all aware, but
His father or her father?
his, I believe, the ex-boyfriend, I think. And thank you for the happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone else also. We're going to go get our turkey soon before they're gone.
Ours is already thawing,
Supposedly.
but we're doing ours this Sunday, so
Yeah.
we're a few days ahead.
Yeah. We're going to get ours before. So supposedly there's a turkey shortage, but I don't know if that's
There,
actually true.
I saw something on the news about that there actually is, but they said it still shouldn't be hard to get them because they really know how to push them out during the holidays. But we got ours at BJ's, and they were running a big sale on them. But usually, if you go to Sam's Club, Costco, any of those club stores, they have tons of them.
Yeah,
But typically, our Publix did not even put them out until like less than a week ago. You couldn't get anything but a turkey breast. They don't carry the big whole turkey year round.
Oh, right. No, typically not. So let's, I I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about on that? I think that's going to be
well,
interesting to follow, see what happens.
Melissa asked if we knew cause of death. They have not released toxicology reports or anything about the cause of death yet. And that was on the news report that I listened to today, said that. And nothing yet. I'm sure it will come out. But it sounds like it's definitely a familial situation where it had something to do with his stepbrother. And Peace Love Jeep says, yes, the ex-boyfriend's father does an interview.
Oops.
Rosebud, she's cooking a 15-pounder.
That's what I was trying to show. Yeah.
Ours is 24 pounds.
See, it's just going to be us this time. So I think we're just going to do a small one. And I asked him yesterday, what size do you want to do this year? Because we usually do really big ones.
Probably just not that much because we're not.
You could
family this year.
You all like dark and light meat?
I like any dark. Of it. She likes dark.
Mom likes dark. I prefer white. Then you definitely want to get a turkey because if you do a turkey breast, you're just going to get the white meat. But sometimes you can just get the small breast and do it.
No, thank you. No,
but I like the whole turkey too. I like the mixture.
I don't think we're going to make Mom's dressing this year because he's the only one that eats it. So
you don't like it?
It's okay. I mean, it's not. I'm just not a big fan of the texture.
I love it. I
know you do. I make it really well. Everybody loves it when I make it. It's just.
Well, we're having dressing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, which I don't want to make.
Homemade macaroni and cheese.
Homemade mac and cheese. Homemade corn pudding. Our whole plate, except for the green bean casserole, which doesn't really count because you're making it a casserole. We have no green. Everything is shades of yellow and brown. We're getting no healthy food except the turkey.
We do
just
peas.
carbo loading.
Don't you do peas? Don't you?
No, we get too many sides if we do that because I'm already doing like 6. And if you add peas, that's another one. It's like we just don't need that many.
See, he makes the turkey and I make the sides.
Yeah.
But he gets up at the crack of dawn and puts the turkey in to cook. So I can't really.
Do you inject it? No.
With what?
Do you mean
we take ghee. Or we take the clarified butter and we take one of those syringes and inject it throughout the turkey. Oh my gosh, it just makes it the juiciest thing you've ever had.
I baste it throughout.
Oh no, we inject it like straight down into the turkey.
Okay, I'll change the poll.
What's that?
Look at Rosebud.
Is it stuffing or dressing? We call it dressing because we don't stuff ours. I always heard it wasn't good to stuff it because of
that's a good poll.
You know, that is. But we always call it dressing because we didn't stuff.
I have to end the current.
Oh, and I definitely call it stuffing. What do you call it? You call it dressing also?
Dressing.
Oh yeah, stuffing for us.
Well, if it's only stuffing if you stuff it.
We've only been married like a million years, and you don't know what I call it.
You're not dressing anything either, though.
Well, they don't call it turkey and stuffing. They call it turkey and dressing.
Correct.
So
there you go.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, filling. Is that the third option? Someone said, Paula says filling.
Okay.
I've never heard of that
filling.
NorCal SoGal, that's what we have. It's a cornbread dressing. She uses cornbread as a base for it.
It's really, I mean, it's delicious. Good if you like it.
I love it.
It does look like most.
Oh, and I forgot I'm doing a little small sweet potato casserole. But I tell you, the best ones of those, if you don't eat a lot of it, and Mom loves it, is the little ones from Aldi. You can just stick them in the oven, and they're great, and you don't have to make anything. I'm not much for doing that, but those are really good.
Yeah, that'll be a good poll. I wonder too if it's how regional that is because you guys are from up north.
But do you ever say we're
Did you hear him?
Yeah,
he thinks we're Northerners.
No,
Yankees.
Northern to you.
Yeah.
Hi, Hobo.
But I mean, do you ever hear it called when you're ordering it at a restaurant, turkey and stuffing? No, it's called turkey and dressing. On menus, it says turkey and dressing. It's dressing.
Okay, so everybody at 50% right now is at dressing. Stuffing's 44.
Collared
filling is 6%. Remarkable.
So somebody called. That's got to be like Alaska or somewhere.
That's just got it. It's PJ.
Hawaii. It's Hawaii or somebody. with the filling I've never even heard.
They were voting on the names for the turkeys that are getting pardoned. I wonder what the vote is now on that. The White House was doing a poll for the names. It was like sugar and spice, and they had 3 sets of names. They were really cute.
Yeah,
Paula said she's never seen it called dressing, but in a restaurant, when you see it on the menu, it doesn't say turkey and stuffing. It says turkey and dressing.
Cindy wants to know if the ones from Aldi are real cornbread or that they taste like box dressing. I don't know.
We don't get dressing from Aldi. I get the little sweet potato casseroles. So I have never had the stuffing.
Pennsylvania Dutch call it filling. That's cool.
Pennsylvania.
So
Dutch
some people are
style
saying that
filling
dressing is more of a Southern expression, and stuffing.
Well, is it a
Northern.
shopping cart or a buggy? That's another. What would you call it, Aunt E?
Oh, I used to hear my grandmother call it buggy.
Yeah,
But I usually just call it a shopping cart. That's like Coke and Pop. Some people call all soda or soda.
Everybody in the South calls it Coke, anything a Coke.
But you hear people that say soda, people that say pop, and you hear people that just call it all Coke. Shopping cart.
And then we'll
Wisconsin
have to make
stuffing.
Yeah, so it sounds like stuffing is actually more of a Northern thing.
Karen says shopping carriage.
And yet we called it stuffing here. Or at least my family did. I don't know.
Maybe your family's just wrong.
That Cool Cougar, that's exactly what she does too. She mixes the cornbread and the bagged breaded cubed dressing, and she mixes has
Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah, and then she does a thing of the stovetop cornbread.
Thank you, Gypsy. Stuffing goes in the bird, and dressing is a casserole.
Yeah,
so we make dressing.
Right. Exactly.
Now, he does, to go back to what we were talking about, he does put an onion, carrot, celery. What else do you put in the bird?
Depends on what we've got, just for
we always do it. Yeah, we do a clove of garlic, some celery, and an onion after, inside. That's what and then we take that out and throw it away when we're done. Oh, somebody said something that I thought was interesting. Some say wash instead of wash. I know that was my pet peeve. My secretary at school, she would always say wash. And I'm like, there's no R in wash. And she would say, what? Because I would hear her say, and I would say, there's no R in wash. And she would say, what are you talking about? And I say, you call it wash. And it's not wash. It's wash.
Portuguese call it stuffing.
Huh.
You're not Portuguese.
No, not that I'm aware of.
But it makes sense. If you stuff it, then it's stuffing. If you eat it as a casserole, it's dressing. California called it shopping cart.
It is called stovetop stuffing and not dressing, isn't it?
It is.
Angel,
but when you order it in a restaurant, what is it on the menu? I guarantee you look at the Cracker Barrel or Bob Evans or any of those restaurants that carry it'll say turkey and dressing. It won't say turkey and stuffing.
Yeah.
This is riveting content.
I'm sure it is. So
it is riveting.
We don't have a whole lot of time, so we've got to get to these last couple of things.
Yes, we do.
So
Middle East got to go to therapy.
Yeah, so. we got to get through at least 3 things here pretty quickly.
And school pickup.
Yeah. So wanted to cover this. If she looks familiar to you, you're probably from Tennessee. This is Holly Bobo. Sure. This for me,
beautiful.
During the 2010s, her poster was all over Nashville. You could not go anywhere without seeing Holly Bobo. It was the unsolved case of the 2000 teens. But she disappeared April 13th, 2011, and her brother had seen her going like from the back door of their house out into the woods with some man in a camouflage jacket. He thought at the time it might have been a boyfriend, and this case went unsolved for years. They did eventually get convictions against 3 men. Zach Adams, who received a life sentence without parole. Jason Autry, who helped the prosecution, he received a very reduced rate or sentence. And then Dylan Adams made a plea deal for facilitating kidnapping and murder. He was sentenced to 35 years. And it is a botched investigation, and it's not that long ago. And this has come up talking with someone about Sebastian Rogers before. the TBI had a big hand in this investigation, and it's a disaster. It's a miracle in a way that they got convictions at all, because they were investigating the wrong people. They had scene contamination, like in the early hours of the scene, all kinds of people were traipsing through. So even they had some of Holly's blood in the garage, they didn't know if it was relevant because so many people had gone through the garage. Witness statements were all contradicting. They lost some evidence. They mislabeled evidence.
My gosh.
A lot of the suspects seem to have been coerced. Their statements changed multiple times. And a lot of the conviction, a lot of the evidence they had on the conviction against Zach was really based on jailhouse informants. And they were offered deals. So it's a little shaky. And I don't know if these guys were actually involved or not, or to what extent. The investigation is such a mess. It's often looked at as if you want to see how to mess up an investigation, this is the one that people look at for Tennessee. It was just a disaster, but they got the convictions, right? Well, Zach, this week, if you've been kind of following Court TV or local Tennessee news, he's asking for a new trial. And I watched a lot of this yesterday, and it won't surprise me if he gets it. I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. I just didn't pay enough attention to this at the time. He's definitely got a criminal history. He was all into the various narcotics and such. So he was a sketchy young man. What he truly was involved with is hard to say, because all of this testimony changed multiple times, and everybody had was being offered deals and such. So anyway, I'm going to just play a little snippet of the testimony that happened yesterday, and it'll kind of give you an idea where I think this is going.
You made the statement, no body, no gun, to Mr. Cooper and Kirk. You were just talking?
I don't recall making that statement, ma'am.
Okay. When you made the statement, I couldn't have picked.
That's another thing. Y'all had those two inmates, but there was a corrections officer that was right there too. How come y'all didn't get her to come up here and testify that I made those statements? She was right there. She was right there beside me. I was in protective custody. They had me up there in a cell. I wasn't in general population. I was up there in the front in a cell all by myself. They had me right there beside the guard. How come y'all didn't get her to come say that? How come y'all had to get two inmates? Oh, let me guess. Y'all couldn't give her a deal.
We should be watching this live.
You see, and that's the way this whole hearing was with Zach. And I mean, whether he's guilty or not, I don't know. But there's a pretty good argument that he didn't get a fair trial. Just a lot of the points that are made. So if I'm putting money on it right now, I'm thinking that this goes back to trial. And if that happens, of course,
we're covering it.
This will be a huge story, because Holly Bobo was a massive story here locally.
Where was she found?
I was going to say lockdown with April C. Kind of wanted a quick summary.
Where was she found?
She was found by two hunters a few miles from her home, and they were looking for it was a certain type of plant that they get.
Ginseng?
These people. It was something like that.
Ginseng or mushrooms. A lot of people hunt mushrooms. A lot of people hunt ginseng.
I think it was ginseng, and they were hunting for that, and they came across her remains. But it had been years. It had been 3 years. So the remains, they couldn't get any kind of they declared it a homicide, but really didn't know exactly how she was killed.
I wonder if new DNA techniques would help them to be able to determine
True
that.
Crime Junkie says it was ginseng.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know of. People go out in the woods and hunt.
Yeah, our daddy
mushrooms. Our dad used to do that. Yeah, they used to do it all the time.
It wasn't that far from the highway, and was an area that they had been searching. And so there was actually another, because I was reading through it today, just the laundry list of ways this investigation was botched, and the search was one of them too. They were like, this is an area that they searched, and they just completely missed her lying there. They should have been able to find her.
Neuro wants us to cover it. You know what? I barely remember it. And I know he really remembers it, but maybe we should just do a Holly Bobo night and just go through the whole thing.
Yeah. it's one of those that it's step by step. There's so much weird stuff in that case. The brother's memory of things, like he didn't, his interview didn't happen till much later. So it's like, why did you not lock down the brothers, what he saw early and get it all? Some of them, they interrogated for hours for no reason. It seemed, it's just it was a weird investigation from the start, and they were targeting the wrong people. And so innocent people were being said to be guilty and then never got charged. And I mean, it's just like, if they could make a mistake in that investigation, they did it. After he testified yesterday, they took their break and came back, and the prosecutor was up on the stand, and she's a judge now, but she was very defensive about her methods and everything. And I was just listening to it thinking, okay, if I'm listening to this, I'm probably inclined to let him get a new trial, because I'm just not sure he got a fair trial. But I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I think that hearing's supposed to go through next week as well. But anyway,
what made them suspect him? Like, why was he the suspect and the person ultimately convicted?
There were 4, right?
Yeah. So one of the guys that they got to flip, that Dylan, one of the things that he has a very low IQ. The psychologist later that interviewed him said that he had the IQ of a child, and they believe that he was coerced into saying that they did this together, and that he, you know how those things can happen, coerced into a false testimony. It's just another one of the weak spots of this whole thing. But their phones pinged in certain areas. That's probably the strongest argument. They were all together. I think he makes the argument that he's like, well, look, we were doing drugs, and we'd go out in the woods together all the time. We'd go fish for 15 minutes, get high. He goes, I don't remember when these things happened. We did it all the time. And so he goes, if you say my phone pinged in the woods at 11 o'clock, I'm sure it did. We did that all the time. These were frequent places we went. That's the kind of arguments that he makes, you know?
Cheryl wants to know who's on the stand. That's Zach Adams, right? Zachary Adams.
He's got the most severe punishment. So he's got life with 50 years added.
And I was going to tell you, if you want, I can take Melodee to therapy and you guys can keep going, because we're not going to be able to get this done in time.
I can't close this out alone, can I? I don't even know how to do that.
You just hit the button that says end stream.
10 minutes.
If I can do the end stream.
Yeah. Okay. If I have to leave, then.
But I guess I'm kind of done with this part anyway, but I think we could do just a whole thing just to refresh everybody's memory on the case.
One.
Yeah. And then
myself included.
Cool Cougar says, 2 brothers in Campbell County went missing a few years ago, allegedly ginseng hunting, and were never found, unsolved. Interesting.
Huh.
Well, and Angel Wing says she thinks, in her opinion, he got a fair trial.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I've seen polls on this, and the people are pretty well split. It's been around like 60-something% to 30-something% thinking that he deserves a new trial. So that's part of why I think it's interesting. Is there's going to be some differing opinions on it.
Okay. Real quick on our debate, is it stuffing, dressing, or filling? 48% stuffing, 48% dressing, and filling. So it's split down the middle as well.
Yeah.
And Hobo Mom gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Hobo Mom. We appreciate you.
Oh, and Sharon Marlowe.
Sharon Marlowe just gifted gifted 5. If you got a membership from Hobo's Mom or from Sharon Marlowe, please tell them thank you. Thank you, Sharon. You're very sweet. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hobo's Mom. You're very sweet too.
And NorCal Soul Gal said, would love if you all cover.
I mean,
Holy Bobo updates.
I would like to just go from the beginning of it, because I don't remember it. I really, I remember some of it, just bits and pieces. But when you try to talk to me about it, I'm like, sure, okay, you know, because I don't have anything to. I have no input on it.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast on this like 6 months, a year ago, or something, that just kind of refreshing my memory on it. But it's a weird case. I just don't know if they got the right people or not. I'm really not sure.
And this is another case that I need to start from the beginning, because I don't know enough about it to really speak on it.
Yeah. So there is a development in this case that many people follow. This is, of course, Summer Wells. She's been missing for 4 years. She disappeared June 15th of 2021. And the story is that she was planting flowers with her grandmother and her mother, Candace, and went inside to play with the brothers. At some point went downstairs and disappeared. And the Wells belief has always been that they think she was abducted, and they reported her missing at around 6:30 p.m. The where things get a little weird is the investigation never really shows any signs of her leaving the property or any kind of signs of abduction at all. Like there's no trace whatsoever, and so they have said that they do not believe that anything points toward a kidnapping, and that everyone involved is a person of interest. Candace and Don, of course, have been very vocal many times over the years in very controversial ways, saying contradictory things, being combative at other times. And this seemed like one of those really cold cases. I think a lot of people were just kind of waiting for new leadership there to get this solved, thinking that as long as the current leadership was in charge, that this would never be solved and that they needed new eyes. But there has been some recent movement. They got a lead, I think for November 13th, did a search about 10 miles from the property, and we do not know what that turned up. I would assume if they found Summer's body out there, that we would have heard that by now. It's possible they got some evidence, but we just don't know. Something took them there. And so it's good to know that it's still active and that tips are still coming in. I was talking to Mrs. E about this earlier, and I've heard this opinion in other places, but seems like the easiest way to get this solved most likely would be for the children to speak as they get older, when they're adults, perhaps.
If they can remember.
If they choose to.
And kids can be kind of, I don't want to.
That's a good point.
Brainwashed, but kids can be brainwashed.
Maybe we could get Josh to come on and help us.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Talk us through what happened. And he was there he's talked to Don, I think, several times. And they did make a statement. I want to mention this too before we go to our last thing. The statement from the Wells family was, they do not want to be interviewed. We are waiting for a statement from the TBI. Otherwise, it is just more drama. Oh man, I just clicked on something and made it disappear.
Hello, Wow. Nice to see you. And while you're looking for that, Rosebud says, FYI, today it will be a memorial in
Waukesha,
Wisconsin, unveiling the Holding Love sculpture in memory of those affected by the tragedy of the 2021 Christmas
I remember
parade.
when that happened. The Christmas parade where that guy drove through the.
Yeah. And that's when?
Today.
Today.
Yeah, Betty too. Yeah, Justin as well. We've got friends that know a lot about this.
Well, and
we'll reach out.
They were all we started true crime after Summer's case started, and so we really didn't
way after
years,
and,
and so we didn't really start until Sebastian Rogers. But of course, this case was still in the news, still being talked about. So we just kind of caught the tail end in bits and pieces.
I'm sure the little girl captured everybody's heart.
Oh yeah,
it's precious.
So we want to finish the quote here. So we are waiting for a statement from the TBI. Otherwise, it is just more drama and stirred pain. So there's nothing to say. Thank you to law enforcement's continued work to solve Summer's case. And that's on November 19th that they made that statement. So anyway, that's something we'll keep an eye on. Did I pull this up here? Okay. So we've got a couple of minutes. Do you want to do our...
Do you have it?
I think this is it, right?
He's got it pulled up.
You got to make it big, though.
You have to do our little
You
video.
got to do our thing.
Oh, sorry.
Intro.
And Hobo's mom renewed her membership. Thank you, Hobo's mom.
Thank you very much, Hobo's mom.
I put that on the screen real quick. Okay, this is our poor judgment for the week. And I'm sorry that we're having to do everything so fast. We just got a lot of kids to pick up and take to places. So.
Poor judgment of the week. This is a Mrs. E special here that
I chose this one.
She picked, so I'm going to.
There was a close second that made me laugh really hard, but we'll do that next week.
Oh,
there's no audio, sir.
What in the world comes to us from the mean streets of Prince George, British Columbia? And what passes for mean in Western Canada or anywhere else in Canada for that matter? Apparently, a drunk man in a child-sized battery-powered pink Barbie Jeep. Casper Lincoln told the CBC that he just wanted to buy a Slurpee, but was too lazy to walk to the 7-Eleven. So he helped himself to a ride in a vehicle belonging to the little daughter of his roommate. This happened about a week and a half ago. A friend decided to walk beside him as he hugged the curb on a major thoroughfare in that Barbie Jeep. Lincoln says he was going less than 2 miles an hour and signaling with his hands. Yet, those police still pulled him over anyway. And then he learned that in British Columbia, any conveyance with a motor is considered a car and that the driver has to have a license, which in Casper Lincoln's case was suspended. And much to his shock and dismay, I'm guessing, he failed 2 breathalyzer tests. And arrested for DUI and given a 90-day driving ban, Barbie Jeep or otherwise, both of which he plans to fight. There is no word on how he plans to get there, though, to that December court date. Okay.
Thank you.
Wild. That is wild. That
Somebody
is crazy.
said, Elisa said, "Are you sure that's not downtown Nashville?"
Right.
That's
No kidding.
great.
Yeah, I mean, here you can do those scooters that go like 20 miles an hour. You know.
You see people fall off of those all the time, don't you?
Yeah, look, a lady just got ran over. She survived, but she fell into the street in one of those things and got ran over.
Well, didn't somebody that
A little girl a few months ago, yeah,
No. Somebody we know that works for us.
broke the ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke the ribs on those. But you don't have to have a driver's license for those. They probably should.
In
They
Canada,
really
you
should.
do any conveyance.
Look, that
Yeah.
I mean,
Give the
Crochet
signals.
said signaling with his hand is the punchline.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah,
Man,
and
I
they
guess
do
you-
go fast on those scooters. They do.
I think he would have been okay if he hadn't gotten on the major highway. If he'd kept it to the suburbs, he might have been.
Or
all
even
right.
the sidewalk. Stay on a sidewalk.
well, he said he had to get off the sidewalk because there was construction. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not in Florida either, Cheryl.
Me too.
That's
Take you
That's a
forever
good
to get
one.
2
Yeah.
miles an hour in one of those things.
I'll have to send you a picture of the one that we almost did because the pictures is what's amazing.
Well, when she told me about it, at first I thought she was talking about an older story because there's a story about a girl who got a DUI in college or something. And so she lost her license. So she started driving around in a Barbie
Mm-hmm.
car to get from class to class or whatever. And she kind of went viral or whatever. And people thought she was making a mockery of the whole DUI thing. But I don't think she got a ticket for that. Not like this guy did. So there's a whole other twist on this method of transportation. So very, very good. That's poor judgment. That fits the poor judgment category for sure. You got anything else before we go?
Or just plain old stupid criminals.
Yeah.
I was gonna text Aunt E the picture of the one that's gonna be next week, but
You'll have to
we'll
do
talk
that.
about it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hobo was asking about how Middle East therapy is going.
The therapy is actually going pretty well.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just really slow. I mean, the
Mhm.
progress has been really slow. So,
Yeah.
it's like every week you can see a very slight
Mhm.
improvement in his ability to walk and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I just don't know how we just don't know how long it's gonna be before he's kind of feeling himself.
Yeah.
You know,
And he still can't move his hand or foot, but he can walk with a cane. They've taught him how to walk.
he has the goal of Christmas.
Yes, he does.
Is what he says. He says he's going for, and we'll
And
see. We'll
his
see what happens.
language is still very stilted.
Yeah, he can do one syllable pretty good though, can't he? It's just when you've got a multi-syllable or lots of words together that it makes it
Mhm.
difficult.
And Mitty says that picture of Summer in the backseat leaning on a milk gallon. Do you think she was left in a hot car? Boy,
It's hard to know.
I don't know. I really don't know. I was listening to McDonough and Josh talk about this last night.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but I think they're right that they know. It's a situation where their family knows what happened, whatever it is.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched the last 2 episodes of The Lab with McDonough on there, one was about Sebastian and one was about Summer, and they both have been very good. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up
Yeah.
because we do have to go. Oh, we really have to go.
Yeah,
We've
gotta
got
go.
he's got to get his shoes on. You got to go help him.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
You guys
everybody.
have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for all of the memberships. Thank you for spending your day with us. Thank you.
Also, don't forget about our Christmas fundraiser for the children. Did you? If you
It's
go
on
to
the community wall.
On our community wall in YouTube, you can do donations, and we're matching up to $500. So
Yes, we are.
don't forget about it.
And thank you all for your continued prayers for our son, and have a great weekend. You never know, you might see us again before the weekend's over. Also, Mr. E is joining Nick the Hat on Sunday on his channel, talking to Charles Ramsey, I believe. He is the gentleman. Do you remember? who he is?
Yes.
He found some. We talked about it last week. If you remember the guy, do you remember this? I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I don't remember the whole story, but he found some girls that were being held captive in.
Was it Ohio? It was in Ohio.
It was Ohio. So, Nick
It was the man.
invited.
It was the man that lived next door, wasn't it? And
Yes.
he is the one that saw one of them yelling, screaming, and yes, it's Charles Ramsey, and
Yes.
he's going to be on with Mr. E and Nick on Nick's show on Sunday.
on Nick's channel on Sunday. I'm trying to think. I think that's all. I'll post it on our community wall, but I'm sure that we will be live before. We'll probably be live before Thanksgiving, but if we don't see you before then, we hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And anything else, Annie?
I can't think of anything. Thank you for your support, and don't forget about our needy kids that we're collecting for, and you can find that information on our community page.
And thank you again for super chats and memberships, and thank you to our mods for helping us out, and thank you for joining us today. Have a great day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.